Welcome to your gentle floor yoga practice. We're going to start by lying on your back. And now simply feel your body. Feel your whole body from the crown of your head to your fingertips and toes. And be aware of the entire torso pulsating with breath. With the entire torso pulsating with breath. As you breathe out, release all physical and mental tension. Preparing yourself for the benefits of your practice. We'll start by bringing the legs and feet together. And lifting the arms above your head behind you. And we'll start by stretching the entire right side of your body. So reach forward with your toes, reach back with your fingers, and lengthen the whole side of your body. Breathing in and out of your nose. And then slowly release. And now shift to the left side. So pointing your toes of the left foot, reaching back with your fingers. And then slowly release. And now we'll transition to the all body stretch. So bringing all 10 toes forward. And reach back with all 10 fingers behind you, lengthening your spine. And then relax. In between the pose, we practice a 1 breath break. And now bend your right knee and then your left knee and place your feet on the floor about hip width distance. Breathing softly in and out of your nose, bring your right knee into your chest with your hands beneath your knee. Gently pull your knee into your chest. Bring the leg up to the sky and inhale. And as you exhale, bring your knee into your chest. If you'd like, you can also stretch your left leg out in front of you. Now breathing in. As you breathe out, release the right leg all the way out in front of you. And let's transition to the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left knee into your chest and breathe normally. Inhale the leg up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring the knee back into the chest. Inhale, bring your leg up. And as you exhale, lower the leg down to the floor and stretch both legs in front of you. And now bend both knees, place your feet onto the floor, and now bring both knees into your chest. Gently rock from side to side. Massaging the lower back and the hips. And now bring the soles of your feet back down to the floor, hip width distance apart. And now we transition into pelvic tilts. In pelvic tilts, we arc the lower back off the floor with an inhale. So the tailbone moves down towards the floor. We press with the back of the shoulders, creating a space. And as we exhale, we press the navel down toward the spine and the spine towards the floor. And now completely relax. And as you relax, you can bring the feet out a little bit and the inner knees in toward each other. Soften the belly and just notice your breath. And now bring the arms back down alongside the body and bring the feet again hip width distance apart with the inside of the feet parallel to each other. Take the arms and bring them back behind you. The option is to keep the arms back down alongside the body with the palms down. As we inhale, we'll press down with the feet. Lift the hips, the lower back, mid-back, upper back, bringing the arms up. And as you exhale, bring your upper back, your mid-back, and your lower back to the floor. And take the arms alongside the body. And relax. And now bend your knees, place your feet on the floor a little wider than hip width distance this time. And interlace your fingers behind your head. And we'll practice a supine twist pose. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, drop your knees to the right of your body and turn your head to the left. Back with the inhale. And as you exhale, turn your head to the right and your knees to the left. And we'll practice this one more time and we'll linger one more breath on each side. Release the arms alongside the body. Stretch your left leg out in front of you, and then your right, and relax. And now bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. Roll up on your side and come back up to seated position. From seated position, we're going to come to an all-fours position. If you have any issues with your knees, place a blanket or a small cushion underneath your knees. As you come up on all fours, have your knees directly underneath your hips, your hands very slightly in the front of your shoulders, and spread your fingers so that you're pressing with the mounds of the fingers and the base of your fingernails. So now pressing through the arms, we'll move into cat balance. Bring your right foot back behind you with your toes curled under. Press to the center of your heel. Gently lift through your lower belly. Good. At this point, if you have any issues with your rest, do not lift the back leg back behind you. And if you don't, lift the leg so you're at hip level, heel back, and take the left arm in front of you with the thumb facing up towards the ceiling. Keep your gaze somewhere in front of you so your neck is comfortable. Breathe slowly in and out of your nose. And now take your hand back down to the floor and take your knee down and take a 1 breath break. And now let's bring the left leg back, toes down. Press to the center of your heel, gently lift through your lower belly. Lift your left leg off the floor, press to the center of your heel, and take the right arm in front of you with the thumb facing up. And now bring your hand back down to the floor. Bring your knee down. Touch your big toes together, heels out, bring your knees out, and we're going to transition into child pose. If this pose is not accessible for you, take a blanket and place it between your heels and your seat. Another option also is to have a block underneath your forehead. If the pose is accessible for you, sit back on your heels, press the hip creases back behind you, and walk your hands forward, chest and forehead down towards the floor. And now lift your head, look between your hands. Press down, coming all the way back up on all fours. And come to seated position. Good. Now we will transition down to the floor on our belly. If you need a blanket, open a blanket and place it underneath your body. We will lie down in Crocodile Pose. In Crocodile Pose, we have the feet a little wider than hip width distance apart, and we turn the toes outward. If that movement is not accessible for you, simply keep the top of your feet down to the floor. Then from here, the upper chest is off the floor, and we place the hands on top of each other underneath the forehead. Crocodile Pose is a very restful pose, and it also is a good preparation for all the back extensions. Now let's bring the feet back with the legs and the feet together. For the next pose, half locust. You can either bring your chin to the floor, your forehead to the floor, or you can turn your head to the right. Take the arms alongside the body and slide the palms of your hands right underneath your thighs. Extend one leg back and then the other. And now exhale and press your thighs into your hands. And breathing normally, reach back with your right toes as far as you can and start to lift the leg up. And now reaching back with your toes, slowly lower the leg down to the floor. Exhale, press down with your thighs on your hands. Reach back with your left leg and start to lift. It's also fine to hold the leg a little bit. Make sure that the hip stays down toward the hand. And slowly release all the way back down to the floor. And now we transition to Cobra Pose. It's a modified Cobra Pose. So keep your feet about hip-width distance apart, especially if you have any issues with your lower back. Bring the arms alongside the body with the palms down. And then slide your hands and hold on to the outside of your thighs. Press down with your pelvic bones. And then from here, open the chest, rolling the shoulders back and down. And then lower your body back down to the floor. Cobra option, bring your hands right on each side of your chest, elbows tucked in, forehead down to the floor. And now press down with your hip bones into the floor. Start to lift your nose, your chin, your chest. Using the strength of your lower back and releasing softly back down to the floor. And now simply roll over on your back. Take a moment there to feel the back of your body onto your mat or the floor. Feeling the release of your spine after the back extensions. Notice all the sensations in the body. Any emotions or thought that you may be feeling, sensing. For the next pose, which is helpful to release the lower back after back extensions, either take a book or yoga block if you have one available and place it underneath your feet. Then from here, bring the soles of the feet down together. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees relax on each side. And place your hands loosely on your belly and follow your breath. And now place your hands to the outside of your thighs. Bring one knee up and then the other. And transition to knee chest pose, hands underneath your knees. Take your knees toward your chest. Relax your shoulders down. Soften the belly. Just be aware of this moment. And now bring the soles of the feet down to the floor. And if you have a blanket, place it underneath your head. And neck, so that both head and neck are supported. And lying down for Shavasana, relaxation position. Relaxation is constructive rest. It is a practice where we shed all our mental and physical stress. And you can stay there as long as you wish. Coming out of the pose, bend your right knee, bend your left knee, move your hips to the side. And coming back up to seated position.